So I'm very, very excited to have Janice and Jimmy Ringel joining me to talk about their experience with Bornblum. So give us a little bit of context. What has been your involvement with Bornblum over the years and why still today?
We've been involved with Bornblum for a very long time, going back to when both of our boys were students at what was then Solomon Schechter. We got involved immediately when we enrolled them in the school. We were involved as parents. I then became a board member at some point, and we just always were involved with the school while they were there. From day one, we had strong feelings about the school, the environment, the teachers, the level of education, and it was very easy to become involved in the school that we believed in for our children and for the community in general.
Thinking back now on your now adult children and the experiences that they had when this was Schechter and now is Bornblum, what did they gain out of that experience? What has it meant for them as young adults today?
So much. It's hard to even define everything they've gained and put it into words, but the obvious is the level of education. It prepared them for high school, it prepared them for college. They had no problem transitioning to the other schools that they went on to, and now in their adult careers. It set an amazing foundation academically, and obviously the Jewish foundation was, second to none. They just, between learning about the holidays and the rituals and just seeing how they've utilized that at our own family gatherings and events over the years, it's just amazing to have witnessed it over the years. And beyond just the educational component, between the secular and the Judaic, the relationships that they formed, the friendships that they made, those are their lifelong friends today. They're both in their upper 20s. My older son is about to turn 30. The fiance that he has right now, he met at a wedding that was two former Schechter students. So these are friendships that have lasted and will continue to last in a lifetime. And I can't even put any type of price on that. They are to this day their best friends.
I would agree, certainly from the religious standpoint. When they began, not that long after both of them began school, I remember being at a Passover Seder with Janice's family down in Florida. And Janice's family is very religious and very traditional in terms of the customs that they keep. And my kids jumped in immediately. I mean, they were 6 years old and they jumped into the Seder and they knew everything. And over the years, we went to bar mitzvahs or other services. At any level of Judaism, they could basically jump in and understand what was going on. I didn't have that education growing up. And so whereas I maybe would be lost in some cases, my kids were experts. And I think their commitment to Judaism and certainly their commitment to Israel was certainly strengthened over the years.
Jimmy, you're involved in the school also, because just with our recent Ride for Education, Mikowski, Ringel, and Greenberg were sponsors for that ride. Can you talk about why you think it's important for businesses to be involved in sponsorship and being involved in the school in different ways?
That was able to give us an opportunity to leverage beyond just my individual name and let the world know that our company supported the school as well. My two partners also had kids that had gone to Schechter. One of my partners was president of the school way back 20 years ago or so, Gary Mikowski. So it was a great way for us to be able to give back.
So it's actually a really good segue, right? You talked about the fact that your partners, one of them was a former president here at the school, and Janice, you're next up, right? You're the president in waiting, so to speak. And you've had a lot of different roles. You said that you were on the board before when you were a parent in the school, and you've come back on the board over the last several years. And most recently, you were the treasurer of the school, and now here you are about to become the president. So you get to be a little bit more in the weeds, right? You understand a little bit more about how the finances play into our ability to have such a strong school here. Tell me a little bit about the fundraising dollars and why your giving should inspire other people to give and make sure that our school can do what it's doing
I
today.
believe that the school needs to exist, should continue to exist. It's important for the community. It's important for Memphis to have this community day school present and ongoing and sustaining over the years. And the only way that that can happen is for people to continue to give. And it's not just a matter of people who have children at the school or grandchildren or former alumni, but the community in general should support the school, because the school is a community fixture and it's producing future leaders, Jewish leaders of our community. And that's extremely important to continue the longevity of your Jewish identity, and especially in a city like Memphis, where the Jewish community is relatively small. You know, we think we're small and mighty, but it is small, and you still want to have that overall presence and have that impact, and it needs to be sustained. And that's a really important reason that people need to realize that the school cannot exist without fundraising dollars. Having been on the board many years ago and then getting more involved now, it's enabled me to see how the school has progressed over time and the transition and the changes that have taken place. And I encourage anyone and everyone who has not been in the school lately to come, take a look, have a tour, because it is really incredible, and it will really blow your mind to see what goes on at the school from day to day, and just how far the school has come. It's truly incredible.